I'm Huan from Ohio State University, a faculty there. It seems like I'm the only one from academia in this session, so hopefully I will convince you that what we do in universities are still quite relevant to the industry frontier. So today I want to discuss a critical challenge for agentic AI, which I call safe continual learning. You can understand as the question, how can we continually improve the agents after deployment without continually accumulating new safety risks? Today I'm going to discuss two relevant projects in our group to advance this, to tackle this challenge. First, I want to argue that there is an unexplored and dangerous tension between continual learning and safety. Here is the paradox. Distribution shifts from training to deployment is often where the agents need to learn continually after deployment. But it is also the situation where safety failures can emerge and are easy to miss. So imagine during continual learning, when an agent completes a task but misses some safety constraints in doing this. So the agent might still get some positive feedback for completing the task, as the evaluator, no matter human or an agentic system itself, can purely focus on task success, or is not robust enough to catch the safety failure. So then the next update to the agent may reinforce that unsafe behavior. And eventually, that can cause repetitive safety failures or even more aggressive safety failures. So I want to discuss two projects towards safe continual learning in our group. One project is about how do we surface those long-tail failures before deployment at scale. The other is about building open source infrastructure to rigorously study safe continuing learning using open weight models, smaller open weight models. There have been numerous studies in the literature that create adversarial attacks or malicious prompts to break an agent. However, our work shows that even without adversarial attacks, just under benign inputs or benign inputs and ordinary environments, severe harms could emerge from that. So the key question is how to proactively surface those long-tail failure modes before they become deployment incidents. You can also relate this to OpenAI and Hugging Face incident recently. So this is an example where there are many ways to ask the agent to do something. In one way, it may behave normally. In other way, which is just a slight perturbation of the original task instruction, which is still benign, the agent can behave or exhibit some harmful behaviors. So here, the user wants to, have SSH access for one account, but the agent actually makes unsafe changes beyond that. So I would skip the details here, and this is another example. But overall, you can see with some ambiguous phrases in the instruction, the agent could demonstrate some unsafe inference, and then that leads to harmful actions. So I'd like to briefly mention our efforts on developing open source infrastructure that can allow us to make open weight models to continually learn in a new environment. And there is a huge gap right now in the community to support this. You can imagine the environment setup and task synthesis and trajectory evaluation. We have released this framework to support the study of safe continual learning, especially for computer use agents. So the takeaway here is very simple. Basically, we want to make agents to continually improve both capability and safety. Our group is driven by this mission, so please follow us for more follow-up work. Thank you.